What up, gang? This is KenZerk, KenZillion, Zika Milligan, the Villa Feeling Trilligan, and we are playing Umineko Naku Koro ni, or also known as Umineko When the Seagulls Cry. If you know me well, then you know what my favorite anime is. That would be Higurashi When They Cry. If you know me any better, you would know what my favorite manga is. That's Higurashi When They Cry. So, I've never seen Umineko, but I know it's connected to Higurashi, and I know a lot of people love it, and I was really interested to get into it. I know some of the characters are based on Higurashi characters, and that got me even more interested. So, you know, I can't wait to see, like, you know, where like my GOAT. Like, I already know who my favorite character is gonna be, because they're my favorite character in Higurashi. Like, that's who they're based off of. So, I'm really excited to get into this. It's a visual novel, so it's going to be a little different than other games I've played. I have played visual novels before, but all the visual novels I've played have had gameplay elements to them and things like that. As far as I know, this is all text and words, so this is going to be a little different. That's your little fair warning. But I hope y'all stick through with me stick through with me to this anyways. We're getting into episode 1 of Umineko no Naku Koro ni. Be at it. Probably go out and peek in every once in a while. I ain't doing that. I'm smart. I can figure it out. The story is very obviously fictional and fantastic in nature, and a resemblance to existing individual organization located. Buddy is loud. Okay, which voice should I give? Okay, again. So you still haven't overcome your love of alcohol? The old physician let out a sigh as he removed the stethoscope. 2 elderly men could be seen in the dimly lit study, which was filled with dust and a sickly sweet stench. In the corner of this room, which was much larger than what most people would call a study, was an expensive looking bed, a man undergoing a medical examination, and the physician conducting it. There was also what appeared to be a servant watching over the whole scene. I don't know why I thought that was a part of his beard, bruh. That's a tie. I thought that was part of his beard. I thought it was one of those samurai things where they got like the beard put into a bun, a beard put into a ponytail, and it's just hanging down like a dick. I don't know why I thought that was part of his beard. He's fitted up though. The bottle is my friend. It's no less of a friend than you, and it has stood by my side even longer than you have. As the man bearing his chest from the stethoscope rearranged his clothes, he spoke unapologetically. Kinzo. Alright, I'm back. I just had to change my recording. Kinzo-san. Your body only appears to be well thanks to the effects of the medicine. However, if you continue to drink such strong spirits, the treatment will become meaningless. Trust my judgment. Refrain from drinking. I thank you, though only for the sentiment, my friend. Genji. Another glass. Water it down slightly. That's not gonna help. That way Nanjo can save face. That is not gonna help. That's not gonna help. Are you quite sure? After eyeing both the master who demanded the alcohol and the family doctor who forbade it, Genji the old butler silently gave a nod and carried out his master's orders faithfully. The family doctor Nanjo let out a deep sigh once again as he watched the butler busy himself alongside the liquor cabinet. There was a smell filling up the room. The sweet, poisonous aroma felt as though it melted the heart and not the soul itself. It was the smell of that venomous green drink that the man couldn't bear to part with. He's an alcoholic! Nanjo, you are my close friend if we have known each other for quite a long time. I am deeply grateful for all that you have done to keep me alive this long. I have done nothing. After all, you never listened to my advice as your physician. Ha 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 ha. And you never listen when I warn you about a mistaken chess move you're about to make. It seems only fair, does it not? No. No, it does not. No. He's playing chess and you're killing your liver. Master. Thank you. I wouldn't die if I ran out of your medicine, but I would if I ran out of this. Disregarding Nanjo, who had his face set in a resigned expression, Kenzo took the glass that Genji was holding out to him. Very few people would associate that venomous color with an alcoholic beverage. Nanjo, be honest with me. How much time do I have left? You got about 5 hours, bro. I'll give you that. Well now, how short must I make it to convince you to set the bottle aside? Nanjo once again let out a sigh of resignation. Then he finally spoke to Kenzo as the latter swirled his glass. You don't have long. What precisely do you mean by that? Let us illustrate it with a chess game here. You have very nearly achieved checkmate, but you have not yet cornered my king. Nanjo's gaze was directed at the side table with a massive chess set placed on top of it. Judging by the positioning of the pieces, the game seemed to be entering its final stage. Black's rook and bishop were cutting deeply into enemy lines. White's king had already been castled and cornered, so that even an amateur could see that the match would have reached its conclusion before too long. Every time Nanjo came to give medical examination, both of them would make a few moves. Nanjo was hinting that Kenzo would most likely fall into his eternal sleep before the game could be concluded. These were less the words of a physician than they were the words of an old friend. Were you a normal patient, I would recommend that you write a will at this point. And what is a will, Nanjo? Handwritten instructions of the vultures on how to devour and scatter my corpse? No, not at all. As the world suggests, it is a way to record your will for later generations. It is far more than just a means to divide up your inheritance. And apart from the decision of the inheritance, what might I write of? You might write your regrets, or matters you have left unfinished, things you want to pass down to others, or merely matters you wish to communicate. Anything you want. I can't figure out what to voice him with. Things I want to pass down to others or matters I wish to communicate. Ridiculous. I, Ushuro Miya Kenzo, have not one thing I want to tell or leave behind. Is that a flex? I was born with nothing. I will die with nothing. There is nothing I wish to leave to my foolish children. Even if the end were to come today, even if it were to come right now, I would accept that fate of death without a trace of fear. I created everything, my fortune, my prestige, everything. Those were built up by me and they will be lost along with me. There is nothing I wish to leave behind. Nothing. After I'm gone, I care not if it all goes to waste. I desire no tomb, no coffin. Those were the terms of the contract I made with the witch. When I die, everything will be lost. That has been the part of the promise since the beginning, and that is why nothing will be left behind. There's nothing I can leave behind. Wowzers. After reaching a furious crescendo, Kenzo suddenly slumped over. His expression was limp and feeble, as though an evil spirit has possessed him and then left. However, I do have one regret. I have nothing to leave behind, but there is one thing I cannot leave undone. You would do well to write it down. Of course, it would be best if you can finish it before your time comes. However, even if the worst happens, those who come after you will carry it to completion. You must leave behind your regret so that they can be resolved, even if you are unable to do so yourself. That is the purpose of a will. When Nanjo tried to gently pat Kinzo's shoulder, the dying man flew into a sudden rage and battered away Count Nanjo's hand. It's useless, useless, useless! It must be done while I still live! At the moment of my death, my soul will be devoured by the demons of the contract and wiped out of existence. For me, there will be no peace or another world after death. That's why everything will be completed before I go. That's why a will has no meaning for me. And even if I had a chance to write such a thing, if I did have such a chance, I'd want to see it. I want to see it one more time. I want to see Beatrice's smiling face one last time. Oh, Beatrice, why have you resisted me for so long? I'll return everything you have given me. I'm prepared to lose everything. So please show me your smile just one more time. Beatrice, I beg of you, you must hear my plea. That is the kind of woman you are. I beg of you, show yourself to me. You are here, aren't you? You're standing there, invisible, listening to every word I say. And even now you're mocking me from somewhere in this room, aren't you? Please appear before me and smile. Feel free to scold me, even snatch away my life by your own hands if you so desire. I don't want to die alone like this. I cannot let myself die until I've seen your smile just one more time. Ah, Beatrice! Beatrice! I offer up this life of mine. I offer it up to you. I'm begging you. Beatrice! Wow. I am lightheaded. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Oh, she looks sweet. Now she looks evil. Okay. What's up with this corpse party ass opening? She does not look so sweet anymore. Welcome to Rakenjima. I don't know what that is. The first day, October 4th, 1986. Whoa. Things sure move with the times. I can't believe we'll be able to make the trip in just 20 minutes. I couldn't help but scratch my head and marvel at how far things have come in recent years. We used to go by boat. Back then, we were all forced to endure nearly half a day of swaying back and forth over the sea before we reached Nijima. Things have gotten so much more convenient these days. Still, I've never been on a plane this small. I've flown in a huge jumbo jet before, but this will be my first experience in such a tiny one. It's gonna shake, isn't it? They say smaller boats shake more than big ones, so I guess it's the same rule probably applies to planes? Ah, just spare me. I did not mean... Dang. I did not mean to skip his... I cannot... It doesn't matter what game I play, I'm always going to somehow accidentally skip dialogue. Every single time. I'm gonna manage to do it. How do I... Ah, man. What is ADV? Oh, it's that! That's the old course part. Not course part. That's the old, When They Cry style. Don't worry, battler. It takes much less than... It shakes much less than that boat did. Alright, that's what he said. What happened? Don't scare me like that. You just shaved off 3 years of my life. Anyway, what's shaking got to do with anything? You don't think I'm actually scared of the plane shaking or maybe falling out of the sky or something, right? Oh, of course not. My mistake. I see you've changed a lot since we last saw you. After all, it's been 6 years since then. You're not a kid anymore. Bro is definitely scared of the plane. Sheesh. And here you are, old enough to smoke and drink. I've got no interest in smoking, but I've always wanted to try some booze. Yeah, me and Battler, bro, we are not one and the same. We are not one and the same. Alcohol. I don't be rocking with that. Well, if you got your dad's genes, I bet you can hold your own when it comes to drinking, right? Well, I usually drink for business rather than pleasure. It's pretty hard to do business in Japan without it. That's exactly right. That's why I never miss a chance to get some practice in. That's no good, Battler. You're still a minor. Don't you know alcohol can stunt the growth of... never mind. It's like, bro, it's not listening. Come on, I'm tall enough already. In fact, it'd be easier to find clothes if I shrunk a little. I puffed my chest out proudly. Until I hit my growth spurt, my height was below average in my class. But then I grew and grew, and before I knew it, I passed 180 centimeters, 5 feet and 11 inches. That's tall for Japanese folk, ain't it? Don't come at me, I don't know. I don't know. I'm asking, it's a question. I guess I have all that muscle training and those shady mail order performance enhancing drugs, and thanks for that. Before then, I never dreamed I'd shoot 10 centimeters above George, who reached his peak height early on. Damn. I bet all my relatives all say, "Look how big you grow, Battler-chan," or something. It's all so embarrassing. I wish they just give me a break, man. Anyway, my name's Battler. I know it's a stupid name, but that's my name. Well, it's pretty damn weird, don't you think? Who named bro Battler? What is he, a Pokemon enemy? Oh my goodness, you enter in a fight with Battler. Oh my goodness. Oh man, I'm lightheaded. All right, let me keep the bonnet on. No need to show off my hairline, not now. Gotta wonder what my parents were thinking when they named me that. I've never met anyone who could read and write the first time. I usually get called Sento. Sorry, but that's not even close. My name is written... whatever the fuck that means. Can you read it? The first part is my family name, Ushorimiya. That's a fairly plausible Japanese pronunciation so far. The problem is my given name. It's made up of the characters for fight and person, and it's pronounced Battler. To put it all together, you've got Ushiromiya Battler. Pretty crazy, right? It's crazy enough that my parents decided to call me that, but it's even more crazy that some government worker let them make it official. Both groups are at the top of my must-kill list. Anyway, this is one of my cousins. His name is whatever that means. It's pronounced Ushiromiya George. He's 5 years older than me, so he must be turning 17 this year. So we're turning 23. So we're 20, so we're 17, okay. There we go. Since the Ushiro Miya cousins consist of 2 boys and 2 girls, I ended up playing with George all the time. And because I've always thought of him as my big brother, I still call him Big Brother today. Whoa, Battler, look how big you've gotten. You know what they say, leave a boy for 3 days and you can hardly recognize him.
やっぱり近しらルドルフも高校くらいまでは身長そんなになかったのよ。
Hold on. Like her. She's so pretty. It must be in his blood. Rudolph wasn't that tall either until high school years. Perhaps people end up taller if their growth spurt comes late. Nah, it's nothing special. A real man needs to be tough on the inside too. That's why they call me Battler. Exactly, Battler here knows how it works. Real men must win or lose based on what they've got inside. Can't ever forget to keep up your training and discipline. You gotta do that. Wait very alertly for the perfect moment and strike. No, I never even imagined I'd become the company president I am today, master of my own domain expansion. Yep, and think I've come this far after starting out penniless and ruined. This stout, plump old guy is George's dad, Uncle Hideyoshi. He's the husband of Dad's older sister. In other words, we're not blood related. He's nice to children, sociable all the time, and even quick to give out some spending money to us kids. Simply put, he's an awesome uncle. He speaks in an odd and very noticeable Kansai dialect, but he's actually natural-born Kanto man. Apparently impressions are everything in the business world, so speaking in a different style than other people is an act that makes him stick out more. However, I hear he gets embarrassed when talking within earshot of real Kansai people. So he switches back to standard Japanese. I don't really get it, but he's definitely an interesting person. If only you weren't so quick to brag about your life story. That's enough for now, I think. I'm sure Battler's getting tired of it. Aren't you? No, not at all. Nothing wrong with that. I think it's pretty cool for a man to have some stories he can brag about. I don't have anything like that at all. Oh really? I'd imagine a man with your looks would leave girls crying left and right. I can't believe you have nothing to brag about. What? You're joking, right? Of course nothing weird like that's ever happened to me. Heck, I wish it would. Battler gets 0 hoes. Come on, you aren't fooling anyone. You must tell your aunt all about it later. After all, nothing of the sort ever happens to George. George gets no hoes. This is George's mother, Aunt Ava. She's my dad's older sister. She and Uncle Hideyoshi are a pair of jokers. They've always teased me back as far as I can remember. This sometimes made them a bit hard to get along with when I was small. Well, I guess events of the last 30 seconds prove that they can still be hard to get along with. Even so, George's family is interesting and fun. They seem to get along just fine. Sheesh. That's pretty much the total opposite of my family. Battler. Have you seen Rudolph? He headed off to the bathroom a while ago. Is he not back yet? Maybe the poor geezer dropped dead. Whatever that means. That's no way to talk about your own father. Still, this isn't the first time he's taken so long in the bathroom. He yerking this shit. He yerking this shit. Yeah, that guy's always been that way. Does he really have to take a magazine with him every time he needs to take a dump? What on earth is he doing in there with those particular magazines? He's yerking this shit. Oh, you don't need to worry about that at all. Since we've been together, I haven't let him do that on his own. Wow, okay. Hey, I'm your son, but I guess they family, they comfortable enough to talk like that? Like, wow. Ooh, I have to get the juicy details. Why do you want juicy details about your parents' sex life? You strange creature. Sounds like Dad's got his balls in an iron grip. Wow. You know exactly what would happen with that man if I didn't keep a tight grip, don't you? No kidding. You're the only one capable of reining in that old bastard. As his son, I'm more than happy to let you take over. Take over what? Yes, leave it all to me. After all, that's my specialty. She be putting that shit on him. This woman is my father's wife. Her name is Ushiromiya Kyrie Irving. As you can probably tell from our conversation, she's not my real mother. Oh, okay. She's not the real mom, so I guess that's, you know, it's cool. I guess it's a little less weird for her to talk crazy to you like that. It's still strange though. She's basically my stepmom. My real mom died 6 years ago, and Kyrie is the woman Dad married afterwards. Is Kyrie a legit female name? I've never heard of a woman named Kyrie. Is that a legit female name? I'm not mocking, I'm asking. Genuine question. It's understandable for someone my age. I can never bring myself to call his new wife mom. And I doubt she feels like using the word son on this massive kid who's no relation to her at all. We aren't little kids. We know there's nothing to be gained by fighting. So we decided that we wouldn't force ourselves to pretend that we're family. I decided to act a bit more frank with her, acting as though she's a friendly neighbor instead. It's much easier if we keep a little distance instead of forcing ourselves to act all close and making each other uncomfortable. Kyrie's always been very open about all this, and thanks to that, we've been able to get along pretty well. Her fit is hard. I just noticed a little not the pyramids, the diamonds. I just noticed the little diamond cutouts in their undershirt, in her shirt. That's hard. I rocks with that. Then just when we were bad-mouthing Dad about being in the bathroom, the man himself came back, wiping his hands with a handkerchief. He looked like he be yerking this shit. Battler. Hey, what's up, Dad? Hey. Ow, okay. Don't pinch my ear. So you've been talking trash about me with Mom again, haven't you? What makes it so hard to show a little respect for your father, huh? Damn it, that hurts! You can stretch my ear all you want, but I'm not gonna be able to fly, that hurts! Bro, think he Dumbo? Come on now. Up, down, down. Is he doing the Konami code? Now say, Father, please forgive me for being so rude. I thought he was about to do the freaking Konami code, bro. Like hell I will. Go find yourself some members only store if you want it that much. Let go! This old bastard is my dad. He looked cold as hell, I'm not gonna lie. I think I'm pretty tall myself, but Dad's just about as tall as I am. There's no surprise Aunt Ava started talking about Dad's blood when she saw my height. By the way, my height isn't the only thing I got from him. It seems having weird names run in the family. Dad's full name is written, whatever that means. You can't read it, can you? No, I can't. Come on, yo, stop playing with me, bro! Dang! Anyway, this guy's name is pronounced Rudolph, the red-nosed reindeer. He must hate grandfather for giving him that name. Still, that's no reason to pass that weird naming tradition on to me. As the old bastard twisted my ear all over the place, Aunt Ava snuck up behind him and grabbed his ear. Hey, Rudolph. You should know better than to physically abuse your son. That hurts! That hurts, big sister! This scene perfectly illustrated the relationship between the prankster younger brother and the older sister who could deal out punishment onto him despite his size. I think that's good enough for now, Ava. I'll make sure to stretch out his other ear later on. I'll make sure to stretch out his ass. Oh snap, I almost closed the app by accident. Oh, my apologies. I must leave some pulling for you to do, Kairi. Rudolph. Make sure Kairi gives you lots and lots of punishment later on, okay? You're one to talk, Aniki. Abusing your little brother like that. Hideyoshi, I'd like to thank you very much for picking her up. If you hadn't been so generous, she'd still be unsold in the store. You have my gratitude and apologies. That is insane! What? Who are you calling unsold? After taking three steps back, Ava unleashed one of her most beautiful, high reverse roundhouse kicks, which stopped just a centimeter away from the tip of Dad's nose. After starting out with Tai Chi Chuan for her figure, Aunt Ava then developed an interest in Chinese martial arts. I can tell by that fit. After that, she went through karate, taekwondo, whatever that means, and what is it she's learning now again? Well, anyway, they say a woman's weapons are in her lower body, and that is literally true for Ava. Did you know that a single direct blow from the side of the head like that would knock you unconscious? Now, not so long ago, I accidentally connected in a practice match, and my opponent was out cold. Jeez, what a pain. I'm so sorry she can't help walking like a freak. I'm so sorry she can't help walking like a freak. Dad, completely unfazed, shrugged and smiled ironically at Uncle Hideyoshi. Oh, well, never had a brother or a sister myself. So when I see you two bickering with each other, it makes me feel all warm and fuzzy inside. It must be nice to have a big family. Oh, then why not consider making a little brother for George? He's already a fine adult who's about to go off on his own, so it might be a good time to have another child. Hey, I have a little sympathy for the new kid, and all the pain and suffering he'd have to live through. I'm surprised even George turned out as well as he did after being born from this sinister sister of mine. And what an awesome kid he is. Please, share some of that with our blockhead of a son someday, will you? That's not at all how it happened. It's thanks to Ava's proper rearing that George became the kind, gentle kid he is now. Isn't that right? Oh, come on. You think so? Our George still has a long way to go. By the way, how's your little Anji doing? I heard she was vomiting. Oh, that's right. I was hoping to finally see her face after such a long time. Is she okay? She often catches colds when the seasons change. She's very frail. I didn't want to bring her along, but we decided to have my family look after her this time. I think that's a wise move. She'll heal a lot better if she stays away from that venomous head family household. A child's health is always more important than an adult's convenience, don't you think? I know some great medicine for vomiting colds like that. When we get back home, I'll send some to you right away, so please let her try some. Thank you very much, Hideyoshi. I'm always in your debt. Aw, this is so sweet! And once the conversation suddenly veered off in that direction, we kids didn't have much any chance of butting in. For now, I'm just happy Aunt Ava gave Dad his just desserts for tugging on my ear. Should have kicked him in the testicles. Are we still waiting for the weather report? That's the song. I thought something was beeping. George pointed at the counter. The checking weather sign was still stuck next to the departure times for the flight we were scheduled to board. According to Aniki, smaller planes are more subject to winds and other effects of the weather. It is not all uncommon for flights to get delayed because of that. Wait a sec. We are totally sure it's not going to shake, right? From down here on the ground, it looks cloudy, not windy. Well, I guess it's different up where planes fly.
ちょっと天気が怪しいものね。
The weather's a bit uncertain today. Aunt Ava looked at the TV in the lounge. The weather forecast was being broadcasted, informing us that a typhoon was approaching the Kanto region.
また台風か。
Typhoon again.
親族会議が
Guess there's no helping it. With the annual family conference being held in October,
もうちょい時期を選んで
couldn't he have chosen a better season?
どうか私
I
もお盆の
agree.
時期にやってく
I
れれば
always
って
hope we could have it
いつも
sometime
思う
around
の
the
よ。
Oban festival in
な
mid-August.
らルドルフ
In that case, why
それ
don't you suggest
今
that
回の
father
会議で
and niece
お父
suggest
様
that
と
the
兄
father
さん
and
に提案して
Nissan
みれ
during
ば
the
いいじゃ
conference?
ない。
冗談。
Very funny.
姉貴が言えよ。
Why don't you do it yourself?
俺が何を言っても
Our brother would never listen to anything I suggested.
いや、私は
No
別に
way!
10月でも
It
困ら
doesn't
ない
really bother me
よ。
that much to have it in
ル
October.
ドルフが
I was just saying you
台
might
風が
want to
嫌だから
propose
って
it.
言っただけ
Since you
よ。
said you hate typhoons so much.
俺は台風が来る
I only said that typhoons always come around this time of
お盆
year.
の時期がいいって
You're the one who
言い出したの
said you
は
wanted to move it to
姉貴
the
だぞ。
Oban festival, right?
あら。
Well,
去
you
年
said
ル
it
ド
too
ルフが
last
言ったの
year.
よ。お盆の時期なら
Didn't you
仕事
say
のス
that
ケ
it
ジ
would
ュ
be
ールとも
easier
合
to
わせ
fit
や
into
す
your
い
schedule if we had it
の
during
に
the Oban festival?
言ってねえだろ。
I never
そん
said
な
anything like that.
言ったわよ。
Oh, yes, you did.
私、そういうの
I
は
certainly
絶
wouldn't
対
forget
忘れ
something
な
like
い
that.
もん。
いや言ってねえよ。
No, I didn't. You're the one saying that all the
言ってんのはいつも姉貴
time.
だよ。
知ってる
Didn't you know?
寸止めって
Stopping a kick just a hair's breadth
高等技
away
術
from
なのよ。
impact is a very high level technique.
チェ
Sheesh, women your age should have spread your legs like
し
that.
てんじゃねえぜ。
That is wild. Beat his ass. you got a whoop on him for that. Dad and Aunt Ava's argument looked no different from a couple of brats quarreling.
普段は父親や
Even
母
though
親
they
として
usually
振る舞って
behave
いて
like
も
normal
こう
parents,
して親族会
they
議で
turn right back
元の
into
兄
kids
弟に
again
出
when
会
they
う
meet
と
their siblings at
子
these
供の
family
頃の自分に戻っ
conferences.
ちゃうからだろうね。と
You're
the one who looks like a real adult, analyzing all calmly.
俺は将来
I hope I never turn out like that old bastard.
なるなら兄貴みたい
I'd
な
much
素敵な
rather
大人
end
に
up
な
as
り
an
たいもんだぜ。
intellectual adult like you.
僕かい
Like me.
僕
Oh,
な
I
んか
still
ま
have
だ
a
まだ
long
さ
way to go.
社会経験が全
I
然
still
足
have
り
very
ない
little
し社
experience
交性
out there
も
in the
度胸
real
もない
world. I need to work on becoming more confident and sociable.
バトラ君には
I
それ
think
ら
you
のい
far
くつかが
surpassed
すでに
me
あ
on
るように
all
思う
all
よ。
those counts, battling.
だからきっと成人
I'm
した
sure
ら
you'll
僕なんかす
outstrip
ぐに
me
追い抜い
fast
ちゃう
enough
さ
when you become an adult. George scratched his head and laughed as though trying to hide his embarrassment. That boy blushing? Of course he was just being humble. He think he Jermaine Cole. Anaki entered a university, became an apprentice at Uncle Hideyoshi's company at the same time. Studying both academics and how to become a business emperor in parallel. Then right after graduating, he got into Uncle Hideyoshi's company at his father's aide, piling up a lot of real-life experiences. He devoted himself zealously to his work. His great dream is to one day stand on his own and build up his own kingdom. Anaki is a real paragon of a man, sparing no effort as he strives towards his goal. It's no exaggeration to say that I really respect him. And then there's me. I'm nothing at all like Anaki. I'm living my happy-go-lucky life, idle high school life to the max. I've got no dreams for the future. I like to just sit back, stay cool, let the money flow in. But of course, that could never happen. When Anaki was my age, he had already formed an impressive objective and had started devoting himself towards studies for that goal. So I guess I can't compare at all. My dad just says, sure, you can study at my company if you like cleaning toilets. Damn it, I am not gonna be in debt of that old bastard. I'll find my way myself. If only willpower was all it took to become an adult. Should I go on one of those self-searching journeys that are all the rage these days? Well, it's not like I can mooch off my parents for that kind of money. Right then, Uncle Hideyoshi shouted out loudly. He's a really nice person on the whole, but he does have a problem controlling his volume of his voice. When I looked over, I saw that he was greeting Aunt Rosa, who had come late. If it isn't Rosa! Maria, no long time no see! Aw, she's adorable! Look at that! She's got the little crown on her head! And the hair! Oh, that's adorable! Oh man. Long time no see!
マリア、お
Maria!
久しぶりです。
Shouldn't you be saying it's good to see you again?
言ってごらん。
Greet your uncle properly.
おお
She said, bitch, excuse you? She got an attitude.
お久しぶり
It's good to see you again?
そうや
There you go.
よく言えたな。
Well said.
ご褒美に
How
飴玉
about some
あげよう
candy
な
as a reward?
おっとっと
Oh,
どこ
huh?
にしまったんや
Where'd I put it?
ローザさん、
Rosa, it's good to see you again.
マリアちゃんもお久
It's
しぶ
good
り
to。see you too, Maria.
ご無沙汰してます。
It's been too long, Kairi, Hideyoshi.
と、
And, oh my, Battler.
バトラ君大きくなったわね。
Look how big you've gotten.
いや
Ah, come on. It's embarrassing hearing that from every person I meet. I know, come on, I know I got the height, but come on. Come on.
おうローザ
Hey, Rosa,
遅かったな
you're late.
飛行機がダイ
If
ヤ
the plane was on time, you barely have made it.
ってとこだったぜ
ごめんなさい。列車の
I'm
接続がう
sorry.
まくいかなくて。
We had some trouble making our train connection.
何
So are we waiting on the weather again?
ぼやかない。
Oh, don't complain. I much prefer the 30-minute plane trip to spending 6 hours bouncing on a boat. Even if we're kept waiting here for an hour, it's still much faster overall.
マリアちゃんも大きくなったで
Maria's gotten huge too.
今身長
So how tall are you
いくつあるんや
身長いくつあるんや
So how tall am I now? You not? Oh, she's asking. Oh my goodness. Maria, I thought she was being stupid. Maria parroted Uncle Hideyoshi's question, looking up at her mother. I guess she doesn't remember her own height. She's probably right in the middle of a growth spurt, so her height must change every month. Give it a few more years, so she'll start looking more feminine.
えっと
Just how tall were you the last time you got measured?
これでも少しず
You
つ
keep
伸びて
getting
るんです
bigger
よ
and bigger, don't you?
ね
Right?
去年よりもずっと
I
成
think
長し
she's
たと
grown a
思いま
lot
す
since last year.
と
Let's see, she turned 9 years old this year, didn't she?
9歳
9 years old! Oh, she got an attitude.
9歳だね
Her face. That's right, you're 9 years
マリア
old
ちゃんも
now.
元気そうでよかっ
Glad to
た
see you're doing well too, Maria.
よいしょ
Up you go!
もう高い高いをするには
I guess
ちょ
you've
っと
gotten a
重く
bit
なっ
too
てきた
heavy to
な
play airplane with, fat bitch.
うわジョージ兄貴そりゃレディー
George, what a rude thing to say to a lady. You don't call a lady a fat bitch. That's not cool, man.
俺
Here, I'll do it. Up you go!
高い高い
When I went to lift her up in Anaki's place, Maria stiffened defensively, staring suspiciously at my face. Ah, that's right. The last time I met Maria was 6 years ago, and she was only 3 years old. Of course she doesn't remember my face.
マリアちゃんバトラ
Don't you remember as Battler? You used to play together, remember?
うーん
That's the worst feeling, bro. That's the worst feeling. When like a younger sibling or cousin or family member don't remember you, and like you're like, you know, you've got these good memories of playing with them and feeding them and holding them, and they're looking at you like you're a stranger. That's such a bad feeling, bro. That sucks. No surprise, I guess.
最後にバトラーと
The last time she met Battler, she was only 3.
3つの時の記憶
You don't keep memories at that age. She must know everyone's face apart from mine because she meets them every year. But I haven't had contact with the Ushiro Miya family for about 6 years now. So I guess it's no surprise that this 9-year-old girl doesn't have any memories of me. Even I can just barely remember her being a 3-year-old crybaby.
マリア
Maria,
バトラお兄ちゃんよ
this is Battler,
ルドルフおじさんの
Rudolph's
息子さん
son.
わかる
Understand?
兄さんの息子さ
The
んは
brother's son is...
兄さんが
The brother is
息
the
子さん
son. The fuck are you talking about, Mom? Oh, I get it! That sounded like... No, she doesn't get it. I get it! No, I don't! What are you on about? That sound was probably her brain going into overload at that complicated explanation. I guess the phrasing of that was a bit confusing. Ni or Oni, the title you'd use to refer to an actual older brother, can also be a friendly honorific for a boy who's only a bit older than you. It's just like ne or one, the word for big sister.
マリアちゃん
Maria,
彼はバトラー
this is Battler.
僕と同じいとこ
He's
だ
your
よ
cousin like me.
庄司お兄ちゃんと
Like George? Okay, bro. Okay. I get it. Yeah.
バトラ
Battler? Cousin?
うーん
そう
That's right.
よくできたね
You got it. This part of Aniki is what made me really look up to him. For somebody who isn't married, he's just great at dealing with kids. I'm sure he'll be an indulgent father in the future.
バトラお兄ちゃん
Oh, that's so sweet. Maria looked straight at me with a questioning expression as though asking whether it was okay to call me that.
おうや
Yup, that's me. Battler.
よろしくな
Nice to meet you, Maria. Aww.
こらマリア
Maria,
呼びつけちゃダメでし
you
ょ
mustn't talk to him like that. Call him Battler Oni-chan.
いいっすよ
That's alright, Aunt
細かい
Rosa.
ことは気にし
I
ない
don't
っすから
sweat the small stuff.
まあマリア
Hey,
俺
Maria.
とお前は
We're close enough that we don't need honorifics, right?
な
Battle. Oh my goodness.
おうや
That's so
マ
sweet.
リアマリアうう
We horsed around for a while to make up for the 6-year gap in our friendship. This is so sweet. I love this. When do people start dying so I can drop the game right before that happens? I wanna keep all these sweet. I wanna keep these sweet moments, okay? I wanna keep the sweetness. I don't wanna see the sad stuff now. It's a when they cry game. If it's anything like Higurashi, it's gonna be sad. I wanna keep the happy stuff. She probably still thinks of me as nothing more than a big new friend, but things will probably work out as we get to know each other again. But I'm surprised. She's just the way I remember her being 6 years ago. Seems that people don't change that much after all. I'm a bit happy she's still the pure, innocent girl I remember. Her name is written, I don't know. Of course, it's pronounced Maria. The third character looks like a cross, which is pretty cool. Hey, Jesus on top. Her feelings don't usually show in her face, so it can be difficult to know what she's thinking. But that's just how she looks on the outside. On the inside, she's just a sweet, normal girl. Then there's Maria's mother, Aunt Rosa. She's my dad's younger sister. Rosa is written blah. Here's a name that's totally not Japanese. Sorry to say it, but her name is almost as ridiculous as Dad's. I've got to respect her for not ending up as screwed as he is. When I think about it, all the names in my family sound foreign. Well, why is grandfather so obsessed with that? Because of him, even we grandchildren have to put up with this weird naming sense. It's even more annoying since grandfather's own name is perfectly normal. Anyway, there's one thing about Aunt Rosa that's a relief compared to the other family members. The old bastard and Aunt Ava have this annoying urge to tease and mock people all the time. But even though she shares their blood, Aunt Rosa is not like that at all. She's got the most common sense among her siblings. Like Uncle Hideyoshi, she's a kind aunt who will always be on the kid's side. However, possibly because she's more of a strict parent, she's not liberal with handing out money like Uncle Hideyoshi is. He's stubborn motherfucker. She will not give me a rack. Okay. Now that we have the entire group of family members who are going to board the plane, at that moment, as though it had waited for all of us to arrive, an announcement rang out through the
お待
lobby.
たせしました。
Our apologies for the delay.
新島行き201
Boarding will not commence for flight
これより開始いたします。
201 to Nijima.
ご搭乗のお客様
We ask that the passengers please form 2 lines in front of the counter behind the white line.
ローザ搭乗
Rosa, you still haven't gone through boarding procedures, right? Hurry up.
いけない
Oh no!
マリアいらっしゃい
Maria, come on. Why she look like she about to punch somebody in their shit? We had to go through a metal detector before going out to the runway. A small plane wasn't as massive as an international flight, but it was still a plane. A staff member holding a metal detector checked us off. He found 30 straps on me. Is what I would say if I was carrying guns, which I'm not. I'm a good boy. Once all of us cleared the check, we followed the staff member out to the runway. Come to think of it, everyone here is in the Yarusha Mafia family. It's like this is a reserved charter flight or something. Our group stopped in front of the entrance to the plane. Then our guide turned around and spoke. Like a janitor passenger list as he
そ
did.
れではこれよりご搭乗
For
と
anyone
な
now
ります
commence. As I call out the names of the passenger list.
前方の座席
Please take your seats in order, starting from the front row,
左
on the right
次の
side,
列の右
going right to left, and then to
全
the
てお
next
座
row.
それではお読み上げいたし
I
ま
will
す
now begin reading the passenger
後
list.
宮秀吉様
Urusha Ishuro Hideyoshi.
わしからか。
Oh, I'm first.
はい。
Right here.
そうだエヴァ。
By the way, do you have any candy, Eva?
さっきから探して
I've
る
been
んだ
looking
が
all over for
見つ
some,
か
but I
ら
can't
ない
find
や
any. Ushiro Mia Eva.
ハンドバッグの中
They're in my
機
handbag.
内に入ったら
I'll
出す
get
わ
one I'll get one once we're inside the plane. I've heard that candies are a good way to protect your ears from hurting because of variations in atmospheric pressure when landing or taking off. That's probably what they're talking about.
俺の席
Hope I get a window
窓際だといい
seat.
な。
Don't
窓際
worry.
席しかないもん
There aren't any other kinds of seats. George Aniki said there are apparently only 2 lines of seats. So this is what a small plane is like. We are totally sure it's not gonna shake, right? Bro's scared!
後宮ジョージ様
I don't blame him, I'm scared of heights too. Ushiro Mia George.
はい
Right
大丈夫だ
here.
よバトラ
Don't
君
worry,
あ
Battler.
んまり揺れないから
It won't shake too much.
後宮バトラ様
あ、兄貴。
What do you mean not too much?
船から落ちても泳げるからい
You
いな。
can just swim if you fall from a boat, but if a plane crashes, you're screwed, right?
もちろん客席にはパラシュート
We
があ
all
る
get
ぞ
our own parachutes in our seats, don't we?
ねえの
Wait, don't we?
後宮ルドルフ様
ほらバトラ
Come on, Battler. Stop standing there like a little bitch and get in.
聞いてよ
Ow!
おさって
Don't push me!
パラシュートがねえんだよ
We don't get parachutes?
後宮桐江様
Oh, it's not Kyrie, it's
仲良くじゃれ
Kirie.
てないの
Oh, I called her Kyrie. I knew her. I was wondering, like, why that's such a strange name for like I thought that's such a black name. That's such an African American name, Kyrie. Okay, you two, stop fooling around.
進む進む
Let's move on in.
言ってよ君
Ow, Kyrie.
押すなって
Don't push me.
ボンクラが進まねえ
This
んだ
blockhead isn't moving.
後宮マリア様
進む進む
後宮ローザ様ほらマリア静かにしなさい
Be quiet. Goodness, no fun for her, huh? Dang. This is your pilot, Kawabata. We'd like to thank you for taking New Tokyo Aviation Flight 201 today. We estimate that the flight to Nijima Airport will take about 20 minutes. We're receiving reports of atmospheric turbulence. There may be some shaking on the aircraft, so we ask that you do not unfasten your seatbelts after takeoff. I'm going to be completely honest here. This is my first time flying. I'm a rookie. So I really am looking forward to getting you to your destination. But if we crash and burn, I gave you the warning. Now, everybody buckle up. It's time to go.
兄貴シートベルト
Did that guy say we need to wear seatbelts?
ジャンボ機なら
In a jumbo jet?
外せるじゃん
They let you undo them after takeoff, right?
それが外しちゃいけないって
So it's gonna shake so much that we can't take them off?
くそ
You tricked me! It's gonna shake after all! Where's the parachutes? I knew I should have taken a boat!
よかった
Legend of the Golden Witch. Okay, continue. What is this? Ushiro Mia Battler. Oh, okay, this is credits. Ushiro Mia George. Jessica and Maria. Ushiro Mia Kenzo, Kraus, Ava, Natsushi Hideyoshi. There is a lot of Ushiромiyas. Ushiromiya Rudolph, Rosa, Kirie. Nanjo Terumasa, Shanan, Goda, Toshiro, Ranoue, Genji, Kanan. Okay, fuck you. No more names. All right. Hold on. We got the ocean waves. Hold on. We flying. We got that window seat. Umineko no Naku Koro ni. Rondo of the Witch and Reasoning. I'm excited. I'm excited. Ever since I heard about Umineko, I always wanted to get into it. That's in the episode, guys. If y'all enjoyed, like, subscribe, leave a comment, or read them all. Tap into the next one. I know that this is a fairly long game. The When They Cry games, I know that they tend to be like really long. So I'm gonna try and like limit my my videos to just, you know, one chapter. I don't know if Umineko has chapters. I know Higurashi did. I played the Higurashi visual novel. I know it has chapters, you know, like each arc had like, you know, chapter 1, chapter 2, chapter 3 to it. I know that. So I'm assuming that what we just played was the first chapter of the first episode. So I'm gonna end it off here. If y'all enjoyed, like, subscribe, leave a comment to read more, type into the next one. I'm really excited for this game. If y'all rock with rocking with this, then fuck, if y'all rocking with it, keep watching shit. And if y'all rocking with me, then check out what else I got, because I'm always dropping stuff. Bruh.